Hey folks, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's Thursday today, but it's my Friday. Today we're going to be doing pork nachos. So we're going to be making the nachos from scratch. So we're going to make some tortillas, roll them out, cut them into triangles, and then we're going to fry them off. We've also got the pulled pork, which is already on, because if I put it on now, we would have been here till God knows what time. But I put it on about 7 o'clock this morning, so it's going to need about another 2 hours or so, so 3 to 4 hours. 4 pounds of pork right there, which is about 1,800 grams, I believe. So we've got some spices in there. I'm going to go through the spices in a sec, what we did the rub for this morning. In addition, we're also going to do Pico De Gallo as well. So we're going to have the tomatoes, some onions in there, a little bit of cilantro, lime juice. We're also going to do avocado lime yogurt, and also going to have that cheese on top of that pork. We're going to melt down once we pulled it later on. And I think that's it. With that pulled pork, pretty much put them into a large tray. So put the pork in there. We did a nice little rub over it, and we basically had 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in there. We also had 2 tablespoons of chili powder. We also had 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 4 teaspoons of paprika, a good pinch of salt, about a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, 1 bay leaf in there, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, and I believe that's it. So we got that rub on there, and we topped it up with water about halfway or 3/4 the way up the meat. Then we put parchment over the top, foil over the top, in the oven, 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, and that's going to cook down for about 3 to 4 hours, just until the meat is nice and tender and falling apart. Pico De Gallo. Let's do that first. Let's get that sorted. So I've got some jalapenos to chop up. I've also got some vine tomatoes to pop in there. I'm going to have 1 small white onion, probably like half an onion if they're quite big. If not, 1 small white onion, just to dice up. Or you can do shallots, or you can use red onion. Probably recommend red onion. Unfortunately, I haven't got a red onion, so I'm just going to use the white. That's fine. And also we're going to have a little smidge of cilantro in there, lime juice, and I think we should be good to go. So we'll get on with that first. So basically we're going to cut this down horizontally. So the more layers you get into this, the more finer dice you're going to get out of it. So just bear that in mind. So, and obviously using a super sharp knife does help as well. So we're going to cut this down horizontally. Obviously keeping the root intact as well. So that's also important. So, right. So we're just going to cut straight across. There we go. Beautiful. So we got a nice little fine dice of onion there. Now, I'd recommend red onion. Unfortunately, I don't have red onion, but I'll put it on the recipe tonight. But probably recommend red onion would be better. You can use white, you can use shallots, whatever takes your fancy. So we got the white onion diced down. As I said, if you want to use red onion, that's absolutely fine. So whichever takes your fancy. We're going to get some tomatoes out as well. So we've got about, 3 little pearl tomatoes. So I'm going to slice this down. Watch your fingers. So we're just pretty much going to dice down these tomatoes into a nice little dice. Seeds and skin and all, absolutely, because there's so much flavor in these little tomatoes. So I'm going to pack that into the Pico De Gallo. Right, jalapenos. I haven't got any jalapenos. Well, actually, I lie. I do have them, but they're sliced. So they're left over from the other day, which I'm going to use up. I'm just going to dice these little bad boys down. Try and get rid of most of the seeds. I'm just going to give these a little kind of tapper wrap. Whoop! Without chucking them everywhere. So most of the seeds are just pretty much falling out. Right. So let's dice these down. It's a nice little fine dice. We have some lime juice and a little bit of cilantro in there, and then a little cheeky pinch of salt. Right, half a lime in here. Let's give them a little squeeze. Also, actually, I do want to pinch garlic in here, chat, to make a water pastry. So, bit of garlic. There it goes. The other half is going to go in later on for the avocado puree. Just want to pick a little bit of this out. We're also going to chuck the stalks in. What? Are you mad? Yeah, I'm a madman. What do you call me? No, the stalks actually got great flavor and it's got a great texture to it. So we're just going to finally dice them down. Lime yogurt, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, or lime squeezy, shall we say, because we're going to need some lime. Well, we got about 2 there. I guess we got about 4 here. Yeah, just about. So half a lime. Boink. So squeeze the juice in there. Right, so I also want a pinch of salt in there as well. Yeah, about 2 teaspoons would be fine. Just get a little bit of sweetness in there. So I want half a pound of Monterey Jack and half a pound of part-skim mozzarella. So we'll sort that out now. So we're going to get 2 large avocados out. We're going to make quite a bit of avocado puree. I'm going to stick it into a bottle so it doesn't oxidize, but we're going to put lime juice with it anyway, so it should be fine. Maybe we can put that into something. But this will be good for a puree, hopefully. So look. Yeah, this one's better. That one's a little bit rock solid. Scoop this out. Right, so look. Delicious. Okay, we're good. Right, 120 grams, sorry, yeah, 120 grams of masa, which is about, is it half a cup or 1 cup? Pretty sure that's 1 cup. And then 250 grams of flour, which is 2 cups. 40 ml of oil. Pretty much we're going to just add water until it binds together. That's all we need now. Right, here's our dough. What we're going to do is just give this a knead for about 5 minutes. Nothing too crazy. Just until it's nice and smooth. Then we're going to roll this out. And then we're going to start cutting the slices. And then we're pretty much going to cut them into triangles. And you want to be like roughly about 8 centimeters or so per strip. Depends on how big you want to make the tortillas. If you want to make them like really long and big, then you know, make the width higher and bigger. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, this is how tender it is, chat. The bone just like literally pretty much came off. But yeah, super tender. The flavor in it is fantastic. It's moist. It's juicy. Oh my god. Perfect. Let's roll this out. So you want to kind of roll it out pretty much like until it's almost almost transparent. You can see the work surface, but don't want to go too thin with this. Where's my my cutter? So pretty much going to straighten this up a bit, and you can keep the scraps. Don't throw them away. All right. So, chef, I'm going to be making a lot of tortillas here. That's fine. So we're looking for about roughly 8 centimeters, or however big you decide you want your tortillas. That's absolutely fine. It's entirely up to you. But you know, just got to keep working at it, man. So we're going to put a pan onto the stove. It's on a medium heat, and we're going to add about a centimeter of oil. We're not going to go too bonkers with it, but we're going to use up the leftover oil. Right. Drop these in. So we're just frying these off, and then we can pretty much plate up, I'm guessing. I need to turn my broiler on, or grill on, so we can... Oh, we also need to pick the pork as well. And then we're going to get the cheese on there, melt it down, and then we're going to serve up the nachos. We've got ourselves Pico De Gallo, where we made earlier on today. We also got ourselves lime yogurt. We also got some avocado puree. And obviously the cheese. And what cheeses we're using? We're using part-skim mozzarella today, and also some Monterey Jack cheese. So you can use whatever you fancy, or whatever you prefer. So you're only frying these for a couple of minutes until they're golden brown. And then you can just take them straight out. It's pork time. So we got our 4 pound of pork there. It's been cooking all morning for about 4 or 5 hours. I'm going to get some gloves just so we can pull it apart. If you want to get 2 forks, so you haven't got any gloves, that's fine. You can do that instead. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, look. So we got a bit of mozzarella cheese. Let's pop on top of here. Whether you want to choose this or not, you're like, chef, I don't want that. That's fine. You know, choose the cheese that you want to put on here. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely. And we also got some Monterey Jack cheese as well. So I'm going to be shy on this. Broil it, shall we say. Right, under the broiler. Chat. Oh my god, look at that. That's just oozing with cheesiness. So a bit of the pico on top. there is our pulled pork nachos. So pretty much we made the tortillas from scratch using 120 grams of masa, 250 grams of flour, which is 1 cup of masa or 2 cups of flour, 2 pinches of salt, 40 ml of oil. Mix that together, added water until bound together, then kneaded it for 5 minutes, rolled it out, cut it into about roughly 8 centimeter strips all the way through, cut them into triangles, fry them off 3-4 minutes each side till golden brown. Delicious. Pulled pork took about 4 hours, and we did 2 tablespoons of sugar. We also had 2 tablespoons of chili powder. We also had 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 4 teaspoons of paprika, 2 pinches of salt, 1 teaspoon of cracked black pepper, 1 bay leaf, and 2 teaspoons of dried oregano and 1 teaspoon of cumin. So we pretty much rubbed that all over, put it into a deep tray, filled it up with water about 3/4 of the way up, parchment foil in the oven about 4 or 5 hours till tender, falling apart. So good, so easy. So pull that apart, good to go. We use mozzarella cheese and Monterey Jack to go on top. We did the Pico De Gallo, so we did 3 peeled tomatoes that we diced down. We also had 1 small onion or half a medium onion into a fine dice. We added a big sprig of cilantro, good squeeze of lime juice in there. Mix that up, pinch of salt, you're good to go. In addition, we also made lime yogurt, so I think it was is it half a lime juice, or we do a whole one in the end? I think we did a whole lime juice in the end. A pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of honey, and 4 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Mix it up, boom, Bob's your uncle. Avocado, 2 large avocados blended down. Another lime juice in there. Pinch of salt, also 1/4 clove of garlic in there as well, grate it down. And that's pretty much it. Also the Pico De Gallo, we added another quarter clove of garlic as well in there and mixed it up just for a bit more flavor as well. Here we go, chat. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Oh my goodness me. The pork, the cheese, the lime, all those beautiful flavors from the Pico De Gallo. Oh my goodness me. That is so good. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for all the raids today, Mr. Ricer. Thank you for the support. I'll see you Monday. YouTube content tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll see you soon. Much love, amigos. Thanks again, and bye for now.